So we're gonna make a sage pesto. Sage was one of the last things we had growing in our garden. We had tons of it, and it works really well with turkey. So it has that kind of fall, winter sort of flavor. So we're gonna add about half a cup of sage in a food processor. You can do this in a pestle and mortar if you want to go old school. It's awesome. It's really fun. It takes a little bit longer, but it still works. Half a cup of parsley. We're gonna add a little bit of pine nuts here. Just a couple tablespoons. You can add any sort of nuts. You can add almonds. Pine nuts are, one of those things that they're worth their weight in gold. Like they're pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So walnuts, almonds. You don't even have to put nuts, honestly, to tell you the truth. It does give it a really nice, rich flavor. It adds a little bit of that fat, but it's up to you.
And you're getting a healthy, plant-based fat out of it. There's some omega-6 fatty acids, which are definitely one of the essential fats that we need in our diet.
We're gonna add a few sun-dried tomatoes. For me, this is what really kind of amplifies the flavor in there. And you can add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. If it's a good oil that the sun-dried tomatoes are in, definitely use this because it has that much more flavor. So just a couple tablespoons. We're not eating this entire pesto, remember? This goes a long way.
So if you're trying to gain weight, you can definitely, make lots of pestos and put them on all of your sandwiches and your breads. And for this, we're gonna use it sparingly as really that flavor enhancer. So we don't need to fry things and add all of the cheese. So really it's gonna be a calorie and fat savings in the long run.
Lemon. So we want a little bit of acidity in here. If you where's my rasp? I lost my rasp. Oh, there it is. If you can't do the acid from like lemon, citrus, or vinegar, then the zest you can definitely put in to get that lemony flavor. But it's tolerated a little bit better, much better rather. So a little bit of zest. You can use a grater. We have a rasp, microplane, works really, really well. But a grater will work too. We're going to use half the lemon juice. And this is a juicy lemon. So let's say about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. There. And just a small pinch of salt and black pepper. It's important that we don't, eat too much sodium or take too much sodium in our diet. But you have to season everything as well. So as long as you're aware of what you're putting in, and because you're making it from scratch, you know what you're putting into it. Anything that's pre-made, anything that's processed, you can read the label, but yeah,
excessive. At a restaurant or a packaged thing, you definitely have to check out that nutrition facts table.
All right, so we're gonna plug it in.
Step 1.
I do this probably every single week. We need a cordless processor. Just whiz it up.
Give it some help.
Yeah, if you don't put a lot of ingredients in to like a big food processor, you might just have to scrape down the sides a couple times. Magic bullets work really well. Does anyone have a magic bullet? Yeah, they work really well for pestos. That's it. Done. You guys can see this. The aroma is amazing. The aroma's fantastic. It's gonna hit you guys in about 5 minutes. It's delayed. It's a slow travel.
Do you have it? Yeah.
But it'll
Waft
get
it
there.
that way.
But really, really, really good stuff. Again, this freezes really well. So for this recipe, we're gonna use about 2 tablespoons. Keep the rest to the side. That's gonna come back in a second. And we're gonna use half a cup of yogurt. Now this isn't traditionally the way you bread or coat meat. I know my mother and my grandmother definitely wouldn't do it this way. You would typically use eggs. A couple eggs, flour, breadcrumbs, done. The yogurt is something that I've started doing recently because I find it to be a very nice carrier of flavor. It adheres really, really well to whatever you're making. So sometimes I'll make like buffalo chicken fingers or something I'll use the yogurt, and then I'll add whatever flavoring, if it's like hot sauce or it's a pesto, to that yogurt, and it sticks right on to almost like a marinade, but it sticks really, really well. And all I have to do is bread it at that point. I don't have to do, egg, flour. I don't have to waste too much time that way.
And so it even works, like here we're using 0% fat yogurt. So even, without the fat to carry the flavor, it still works because of the moisture. And we do have our healthy fats that are in the pesto.
Absolutely. So that's our marinade. It's done. And this works well with anything. You can do it with chicken as well. We'll take our turkey cutlets. They sell them like this. Sorry, I ran off screen. Coming back.
Hold that thought.
If you're comfortable with your knife skills, or if you know the butcher, I suggest if you do go to a store, give him a few winks and get to know him. He'll do this for you. He'll cut it for you, or you can buy the breast and you can cut it yourself. You're going to save a lot of money. Any time that this is done in a package ahead of time, it's usually going to cost a little bit more.
It's like pre-chopped vegetables in a bag. You're paying for the chopping that you could be doing yourself, but if it saves you time and it's the difference between you making the recipe and not making it, then
Absolutely.
Go for it.
Absolutely.
For sure.
But you can definitely do this yourself, and you just want to cut it pretty thin, kind of like this. You guys see? It's pretty thin. That's just going to make it cook a lot faster. Okay. We'll do this. Get your hands into it. I know it's going to end up all over me if I start doing that, so we'll give it a little stir. You just want to coat it all. And I'm just doing 4 pieces here. There's no reason, take an extra 10 minutes, do a big package, and freeze it. Bread it, freeze it. This freezes really well. Pop in the oven whenever you want. Really, really easy. So this is kind of you do this one, pick a day, more
Make a
adventurous in the
big
kitchen. Yeah, you feel
Yeah.
like cooking, and definitely do a big batch.
Better than buying a box of chicken fingers and keeping those in the freezer.
So there's our marinade. You can let that sit for an hour in the fridge, a couple hours, just for it to stick. Just for the flavors to get in there. But you could see right away.
And because it's so thin, it's going to marinate pretty fast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm okay doing this right now. So that's done. For the breadcrumb, you can definitely use a breadcrumb. We like using alternatives for breading. So oats, fantastic alternative. And you can either find them crushed like this or get large flake, pulse them yourself, and make a really nice kind of bread coating. So that's what we're going to use. Season this up with whatever you like. Smoked paprika, oregano. We're going to add a little bit of parm to this.
Is that like oatmeal?
It is large flaked oats, yeah. Most oatmeal you find might be like really kind of broken down, but you can use that as well. But that's exactly what it is, yeah.
Yeah, look for the large flaked.
Large flakes are better, yeah.
And then throw it in your food processor just to chop it up a little bit so that you're not getting those big flakes when you're biting into it.
So that's pretty much it. Take it from that yogurt and pesto marinade right into that oat and parm breadcrumb and right onto your pan to cook or to freeze. Either way. So I'll do a couple here.
The other great thing about oats is they help to lower LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol that increases our risk of heart disease. And again, one of the side effects of hormone therapy for prostate cancer treatment is it has been shown in some people to raise your levels of LDL. So having this as a side effect, it's a good idea to incorporate some oats into your diet as well. Another good food that is very high in soluble fiber as well is barley. So, in the previous recipe, if you wanted to throw some barley into that soup instead of the bread, that would be a good way to help, not only with cholesterol levels, but again, if you're having some of those side effects and you want to still get the fiber into your diet without upsetting your digestive tract.
So that's it.
Go.
Onto your pan. I've lined this with parchment paper. The foil, I find it sticks sometimes, so I don't even bother with foil for most things now. Parchment paper works really, really well. If you want, it's a teaspoon of olive oil on top.
This helps to
That's it.
give it that crispy effect
Yes.
that you'd be looking for.
I mean, it's definitely a huge difference between deep frying it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to use a little bit. And that's going to go into the oven, 375 for about 15 minutes. This honestly probably won't even take that long. I would say maybe 12 to 15 minutes. Just flip it halfway through. You want a really nice crunch on the outside. That's more what you're looking for. For this thin of a turkey cutlet, it's going to cook pretty fast, but you want to make sure we get a nice crunch with the oats on the outside. So that's going to go in. Set that. And I'll take this one out.
And your magical oven has cooked these up
Yeah,
in
I'll
no time.
show you in a second. What I want to do first is, this is again an additional thing. But one of my favorites growing up was this green here.
What is it?
You know what this is? I know some people know what this is. This is rapini. Rapini.
Rapini.
Yes. Rapini, broccoli rabe is like another name for it.
That's what we call Rob, broccoli Rob.
Yes, broccoli rabe, not Rob, it's rab. But so really, really simple to cook. It's a really nice green. It has a little bit of a bitterness to it, but it's a pleasant bitterness. I don't want you to think, oh, bitterness, it's bad.
It has an edge.
It's got an edge.
It's
yes.
broccoli with an edge.
Yeah, it's strong enough for a man, but made for a woman.
It's the most manly of all green
Yes.
vegetables.
I think that is a deodorant tagline. I'm not sure, but all you want to do is wash it really well. Any of the thick stems, like this, just split them. So it's falling all over the place.
So you just chopped the stem in half?
Yeah, you chop it in half. You use a smaller knife, and just kind of run it down the middle, just so it kind of has legs. Splits it a bit,
Give it some legs.
just so it cooks a little bit faster. And you can blanch this. You can boil this ahead of time. Some people find it a little too bitter, so you can actually blanch it. What I mean with blanch is boiling water for about a minute, 2 minutes. Take it out, put it into cold ice water just to stop the cooking, and then you can put it into a pan or throw it into the oven. That
And
takes
takes
a
the
little
bite
bit
out,
out of the
yeah.
bite, that bitterness to it. But I personally like it. I don't mind it that much. So to cook it, we're going to put it medium pan. Got about a tablespoon of olive oil in there. Oh, we're going to add, you can add chili flake to it first. Clove of garlic. We want to season that oil before we throw the rapini in there. So again, just crushed garlic whole. Hear that? That means it's got a good heat. It's talking to us. Remember what we said. If it's screaming at you, if that garlic jumps back, that's too hot.
It's too hot.
Too
it
hot.
doesn't want to be in there.
You don't want to burn garlic. Burnt garlic doesn't taste that good. So it's whispering to us. It's hanging out. It's having a good time. So that about a minute or so in there. So that's going to go right in. Again, minute or so. Make sure you watch the garlic. Don't let it burn. I'll flip it here just so you show you. See how it's got a little bit of color? See it's popping? If it's too hot, that'll jump right out.
It's flipped over.
It's got a little bit of color. That's perfect. I know you can't see it on there because the light. Oh, there you go. I put this. See how it's kind of got a golden brown going on there? That's perfect. So we're gonna add our rapini right in. Sizzle is good. Just give it a little pinch of salt at this point. Black pepper. Again, make sure you season it. Do this for a minute. Rapini, I find this always happens. There's always a little bit of splashback because of the water. So just be careful. But give it a little toss. And then this is the angle of attack. Okay? Shield up. Get a nice large lid, pan lid. Make sure that it's big enough for the pan. And what we're going to do is add about a quarter cup of water. We don't have a lot of oil in here. You would never do this if you're shallow frying or deep frying, right? Okay. But with a little bit of oil.
Make me do this part.
Yeah, no. Shield yourself just a little bit. and cover it. So that's going to help the steam. It's going to cook the rapini a lot faster this way. We have a bread. You can toast this ahead of time. It's always a good idea. The pesto, the remaining pesto, get a little bit of it. This is a big piece of bread. We're making a serious sandwich here.
This is gonna be the flavor city.
Yes. That right on the bottom. I made a huge one for just to show you guys, just so everyone, even in the back seats.
So we can pack in the
can see
protein.
it.
I wanted this one.
So this is what you want, like a nice, really nice golden brown. The oats toast up really well. Just a little bit of that parm, and you don't need a lot, but that browns up really nice as well. Oh yeah, this is a good size.
This is a serious sandwich.
So that right on top. Let's check on a rapini. That's pretty good. The leaves cook a lot faster than the stems, obviously. So just check the stem. You can use like a knife or some tongs like this just to see if they're soft enough to break through. These probably need maybe a minute or so more, but I'll grab some of the leaves anyways. And before I put in even just a touch of lemon juice, again, a little bit of acidity, will just liven all the flavor up a little bit. So we'll take some of this right on top. Whoa.
It's supposed to be messy.
Making a sandwich live is different. I've noticed. Okay. And I mean, that's it. For me, that's it. You can put whatever else you want, mustard, tomatoes on there. Put the top on.